Hey, most people, they shut down the moment something looks hard or feels hard. They'll avoid a task, not because it's impossible, but because of one phrase, I can't. Well, who told you you can't? Here's the truth that will unlock your growth. You don't need to say, I can't. What if you simply said, I don't know how yet, but I'll give it a try. All right. That one shift will change everything for you. Hey, I'm Shonda Whitworth, and I'm a Christian nonfiction writing coach. I help authors conquer overwhelm, finish their manuscripts, and release the books that God has called them to write. The New York Times says that 81% of the people want to write a book. Actually, 6% finish a manuscript, and only 1% ever publish. Well, my mission here is to help you rise into that 1%. So let me show you today in this video what this looks like in real life about shifting the I can't to I'll give that a try. I just lived that this past week with a project I decided to take on. I ordered this rotating bookshelf and it arrived, and my husband was out of town. And that day that he was out of town, I decided, you know what? I will put this bookshelf together. Normally, he's the one who handles the assembly of all the projects. He's the fixer-upper. He's the guy that fixes everything. I am so blessed to have this wonderful husband. But this day, I thought, you know what? He does all these tasks. I'm going to try and see if I can do this myself. As a matter of fact, I said, I'm going to do this myself and I want it done before he gets home. He was planning on being home around 5 or 6 o'clock. Well, I didn't start this till around 2 o'clock, 2:30. Uh, and I envisioned myself having this bookshelf put together and put in the room before he got home. So then I opened the box, I spread out all the pieces, and it looked overwhelming, all those pieces and all the screws, all the things. And it came with all the little tools to put it together with. I started with the instructions. I read the instructions. I started with the first step to conquer overwhelm. I started with step one. All right. Anytime you're feeling overwhelmed, just take the next step. All right. What's the next step? Don't think about all the instructions. Don't think about all the pieces. Just do the next step. So that's what I did. I did the next step. I had the music going loud. As a matter of fact, I had been working before then, putting together a happy music playlist in Spotify. Anyway, I got going, and instead of using the hand tools that came with the kit, I thought, my husband has given me some power tools. I'll use that. So I pulled out the power tools. I found the right piece to insert to the power tools to put those screws in. Then I got like two or three shelves put together, and all of a sudden stripped a screw and it wasn't going any more in and it wasn't coming out. And I felt stuck. But I thought, started asking myself, am I really stuck? I just don't know a solution yet, but am I really stuck? So I started asking myself that question. So I didn't know what to do at that moment. So you know what? You made me think this is funny, but I had heard the song Macarena, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember a long time ago dancing to Macarena. I don't remember the dance moves. So what did I do? I pulled up a YouTube video and learned the moves to Macarena again. Yeah, that's silly. So I stopped and was dancing there in my dining room where I was assembling this bookcase to the Macarena. All right, so I'm like dancing, and and then I'm like, all right, I danced, I had fun, I loosened up, I lightened up. All right, maybe I can figure this out. What do I do? So I tried a few things, it didn't work. And so then I tried going a size up in my little drill thingy and it didn't work. I tried a rubber band, that didn't work. Then I thought, oh, here's some pliers. I'll try some pliers. So I tried the pliers and I got the screw out. So then I was able to carry on. But then just as I started carrying on, my power tool died. It the battery died. It needed to be recharged. So I plugged it in. So then I went to the hand tools. I thought, well, either I can slow way down, I'll check and see where my husband's at, looked at the locator, see where he was at. He's still away. He's still an hour and a half away. I got more time. I can keep going. I can keep going. So I refused to stop. I kept going with the hand tools. All the time, I'll admit it. Part of me is like, you know what? I'll just wait till he gets home. He'll know what to do and he'll finish this thing in a jiffy. But he's been on the road all day. Oh, I don't know that he would finish it today. And how long will a project sit there unfinished? Well, I didn't want a project sitting in my dining room unfinished because, my dining room is by the front door. The box was by the front door. That's where I unpackaged it. It was just there by the front door, the dining room. So that's where I was working on it. And I'm like, I don't want this stuff just sitting here in the dining room like this. And I just like, I'll wait. No, I won't wait. No, I like, I don't know that I can do this. Yeah, that phrase, I quit or I can't, just kept coming up. But I kept dancing. Every once in a while, I'd pause and dance, and I would look at the progress. And I would pause and dance and then look at the progress. Listen, and with that, the can-do mindset started coming with me. All right. I took some breaths and kept repeating the process. And before I knew it, the bookshelf was together. And I had extra screws. I'm so thankful that it came with extra screws. I didn't know if I was going to have to run to the store and pick up some extra screws or not. But anyway, I finished the rotating bookshelf. Why? Because I did not let the I can't words or I quit to rule and reign over me. I decided I am more than a conqueror. I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens me. I can find solutions to problems. I am an overcomer. I started making those kind of confessions. And I realized that the issue was not ever my ability, it was belief. And now I have that bookshelf in my guest room where I put the books. And I am so thankful because now that is my Ebenezer stone reminding me that I am capable of doing things that I don't think I can do. So belief is powerful. All right, belief is powerful. We so often adopt these limiting beliefs, and these limiting beliefs actually sabotage our full potential. It's not lack of skill that will fail us. It's the belief that says, I quit or I can't. But Jesus said in Mark 23, if you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. So all things are possible for the believer. Doesn't mean it's easy, doesn't mean it's instant, doesn't mean, it's just all going to fall in place, but it means it's possible. Belief will open the door for you. The other thing is God never asked us to figure it all out before we ever start. I love, love the word. And I love studying and reading the story about Gideon in Judges chapter 6. Gideon did not think he was a mighty man of valor, but the angel of the Lord called him, you mighty man of valor. God did not give him a detailed plan, but what he said in Judges 6:14 is go in the strength that you have. In other words, start with where you're at and move, all right? And God will meet us in our motion. So we go in the strength we have. So that's like what I did with the bookshelf. I'm like, I don't know what to do next. My husband was on a motorcycle ride, so he wasn't available by phone really. He'd gotten this new fancy smancy helmet that he's supposed to be able to talk on the phone, but the reception wasn't that great when I did try to call him. So I think that was the Lord putting that hindrance there that I wouldn't call my husband, I wouldn't do the phone a friend thing and rely on him and the Holy Spirit to guide me and show me that I am capable of accomplishing something with just me and him. All right. It's important to know that. And do we need teammates? Absolutely. We're not called to do this life alone. But there are times that, hey, we just need to demonstrate that we can do it. All right. So God will meet us when we start moving. Momentum will come uh, as we step out and try, not having it figured out. All right. Our skills grow as we practice, just like with this YouTube channel. I feel like I'm getting better. I'm still a long ways from where I want to be, but I'm improving, especially when it comes to the editing and posting and setting all that stuff up. I'm getting faster with it. All right. Strength will increase with repetition, and clarity comes from taking action. Clarity doesn't come from trying to sit and figure it all out because we don't know till we get into it what to do. Sometimes it takes just get going before you even know. It's the experience. All right. Solomon warned us in Ecclesiastes about waiting for the perfect conditions. In Ecclesiastes 11:4, it says, he who observes the wind will not sow. In other words, if you're watching the weather, um, you're trying to wait for just the right condition until you feel ready, let me tell you the truth. You're not ever going to feel ready. None of us ever feel ready. We just have to make a decision and go. Make a decision and step out. Make a decision by faith to move. So we sow those seeds. The other thing is let's talk about failure. All right. People think that I can't because I've failed at this before, or I haven't ever done this before, or I can't because I'm not good at that. Um, Let me tell you, if we will flip failure around and say, that didn't work, but I know what didn't work now. Now I can learn from this and adjust. All right. Uh, Proverbs 24:16 says, a righteous man may fall 7 times, but he will rise again. So it's not the falling down that's a problem, it's staying down. That's the problem. All right. Failure is just feedback. Failure lets us know uh, that we need to try a different angle, try a different tool, try a different approach, get a different perspective, just like on the bookshelf. Um, I tried several things when I stripped that screw and I couldn't get it out. I couldn't get it all the way in. And the reason I couldn't get it all the way in is because I didn't make sure the holes were lined up. And so it got stuck there. We just have to step back sometimes. Sometimes we're too close um, to the tree that we can't see the fruit on the tree. All right. So we got to step back and adjust our viewpoint, and that helps us. All right. So failure is feedback. All right. Understand that failure is feedback. Then, uh, I was having fun doing that bookshelf, and that helped me. But by singing and dancing, nobody was here, and I was just dancing like David didn't know, but I had my clothes on, okay? But just dancing, all right? And that having fun relaxes the body, and when we're more relaxed, solutions will come to us. It's like being like a child, all right? Children don't get all stressed up as they're learning and experimenting and uh, trying things new. Children are, they have fun while they're exploring. And Jesus told us in Matthew 18 that we can become like little children. He was talking about our faith, but we can be like little children as we have faith to try new things. We explore, we experiment, we try, we adjust, we believe. We believe, and then we don't allow uh, it not working out the first time or the second time to attach to our identity. A little child does not let that stuff attach to their identity. They know that they are our child. I mean, you think about or when we had little children, or I think about my grandchildren right now. She makes a little mistake, and you know what? She's not loved any less, and she doesn't feel like she's rejected because she makes a mistake. You know what do we do? You know what you know what we do as grandparents? You know what our parents do? Oh, come here, let me hug you. She's not rejected. Our Father doesn't reject us when we make a mistake. All right, so we could be like that child that's unafraid to explore and unafraid to try, to step out. That's the attitude that unlocks possibility. And we have so much in front of us, especially when it comes to our writing. So I know this time I'm talking about a bookshelf. I love books. I love reading. We love writing. So as writers, just think about that. How can we apply this to what we do? We are so much more capable than what we think we are. And so many of us will repeat, I can't write. I don't know how to write good. I don't know how to, when we get into comparison, say, I don't know how to write like so and so. I don't know how to do good descriptions. I don't know. I can't figure out how to describe this scene, or I don't know how to I don't know. You know what? Writing is a skill set that can be learned. So what if we said, you know, agree with God and he says, he's asked you to write this book. Say, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I'm going to try. I'm going to start with what I know how to do. I'm going to start in the strength I have. And in the process, I'll learn. In the process, I'll grow. In the process, I'll move. That belief combined with your action is going to be your breakthrough. So here's what I have for you today. Choose one place where you've been using the phrase, I can't, or that you want to quit, and replace it with the phrase, I'm not sure how to do this yet, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to start. I'm going to take the next step. I'm going to make the next attempt. I'm going to take the next action. And then keep going and take the next and the next. Stop and dance, stop and sleep, stop and cry, stop and express your emotions, but decide that you're going to see it through to the end and that you're going to see a thing finished because you have it in you. You are equipped, you are empowered, and you have it from the Holy Spirit to be able to do it. Hey, if this has encouraged you today, I ask you to hit the like, subscribe, share it with somebody who needs this reminder. You never know what seed you're planting. And remember, decide to try. That's how you'll rise to the 1%. God bless.